Beautiful day here in New Zealand, and we're at All Stars. Been fortunate enough to spend a little bit of time here. Hello, Natalie.
Hi, how you going?
Natalie Rasmussen, in case people aren't aware. But one, thanks for inviting me here, and what a special place you guys have got.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Just a shame we're sort of getting a little bit built out now, but it's been a wonderful place to train horses from. It's great soil, great facilities. Yeah, it's been really good.
It's one of the sad things, and it's just a sad part of reality, because I went over and watched this on the straight track, and it's sort of so peaceful if you get the hedge with the photo, but if you get half the hedge, there's always a car, because it's just such a very, very busy road out the front of you now.
Oh, it most definitely is, and it's just gone so quick. It used to be all just paddocks across the road there. Now it's just housing right back to the highway. But we're sort of probably a bit lucky. We're a bit sheltered with the hedge there and a bit away from it all. So yeah, it does. It's very, very suburban, but it feels rural.
Do you look forward to this week coming up? Like, for mine, as an Australian, I've never seen anything like it, and I'm sure the first time you experienced it would have been the same thing. Do you look forward to it coming around every year?
Oh, most definitely. It's sort of the week, I think, the pinnacle week of New Zealand racing. So, and it's just such a great social week as well. So many people come over and enjoy it. The best of the best horses are usually there. And it's great this year. We've got a few Aussies as well in the Cup. So that always makes it more exciting. But I think it is a week that we all look forward to. The owners look forward to it. So, yeah, big build-up. But we are always glad when it's over.
It is big. To explain to some people how big it is, you guys have cut back your numbers to concentrate on your Cup Week horses. But you're not the only one. Quite a few of the trainers move a lot of their old horses. Even Telfers, they've put all the young ones out on the North Island to come down here to concentrate on the small team. There's a lot of planning goes on about this week.
Oh, most definitely. And I think that's for any major sort of race or race carnival. You're planning months in advance. It's not just a matter of turn up on the day and hope for the best. It's just the smartest way to do it. And then you can put that bit of extra time and care and attention into the horses, the main racing team. So I think it's just the way it has to be done.
Got a huge group of horses in. I'm not going to touch on every race, because we will be standing here until it's Cup Day, that's for sure. We'll start with your three Cup runners. You took them in for a trial Tuesday morning, or workout Tuesday morning. I think all three of them worked terrific. For mine, Spankum was probably, and you got a wry grin, and you should have, Spankum was probably the pick of them. But I mean, one, were you happy with the workout? And two, how have they pulled up?
Oh, really good. I actually give Spank a bit of a work this morning too, and he's in a really great place. I know he's an older horse now, but he just doesn't seem to have any aches and pains at the moment, and he's in a really good place. He's got over that bit of a bug that he had. So his work was excellent, and I was really pleased with him today. He just feels like he's in a real happy, well state. Self Assured was very good today. Mark was very happy with him, and I know he's happy with Akuta. And Akuta's blood looks way better than it did even pre-Kaikoura, so he's on the improve as well.
People might look at Kaikoura with Akuta. We'll stay on him for quickly. Tight track. It is, like, I've been there, and it is a destination. I'll sell it as a destination place. Probably for trainers, it's probably a tricky place, because once you're caught outside the running line, especially outside a horse like Kango, who can run, it's hard to get past those horses on that tight turning little track. He was good though. He
was very good, and he'll be fitter again for the run. He's quite a big, chunky sort of horse, so each run he's tightened up a lot. I just think, from the draw too, if you could just get a nice economical trip, I'm sure they'll know he's there in Cup Day. But we weren't disappointed with his run at Kaikoura. He did have to, like we said, do the work. And Kango's a lovely horse too. And he's not without a chance in the Cup either.
It is a great Cup, I must say. The one thing I did like about Spankum when I saw him, Glennis was very impressed with his coat. Like, I got to pat him before he went out. His coat was so soft. And then when I was looking at him afterwards, he actually looks like a colt. Like, he's a dude. Like, he's a ball of muscle, isn't he?
He is. He's just a lovely horse. He looks the part, and he is the part. He doesn't really wear any gear. He's just a great old guy. And for an older horse that's raced at the top level year after year after year, to still be as enthusiastic and love his work, you've just love him. He's just the coolest old horse.
And the way he was in the shed, I reckon he knew. He says, I know what's coming up next week. He was sort of standing around there. True Fantasy. Where's she at? How are you happy with where she's at? It's a good draw for her. Are you happy with how she is going into this week?
Yes, I am. I'm a lot happier this week. I thought at Ashburton she was okay. She ran second, but to me, she just didn't feel like her old self. I've sort of just, changed a bit of gear on her at home just to try and sharpen her up a little bit. She seemed really good. She worked very good this morning. So, I think she'll be, and I mean, from the draw, she'll have to make her own luck, and I give her a very, very good chance here.
Yeah, she's a class mare. The other ones I want to touch on, because I did get to see them the other day, was the 2-year-olds, and I just watched a group of 4 of them go around. Did you drive Sherlock just then in that workout?
No, I drove Final Collect just then, but I drove Sherlock in the set before, and both of them boys are great. They worked great on Wednesday and at Addington. I think from the draw, probably Final collects up against it a bit, and he never seems to get a good one. But he's very genuine and honest, and if he happened to get a good trip, he'd be right there. But Sherlock, drawn the 1, I'd give him a really good show.
Does it get hard logistically for you guys? What do you got, 6 in that race?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, it always gets hard when you've got multiple runners. Because a lot of the owners sort of would like you to drive them, but you can't drive them all. So Mark sort of made his call early in the piece that he'd be sticking with little old Darcy, we call him, the 2. And I probably, Sherlock, it was just a bit hard because Beckham didn't get in. We had Sam Motley booked for him, but then when Beckham went amiss, Jean sort of wanted me back on Sherlock. So, it's a bit interesting. It never's easy, and you don't want to disappoint anyone, but, someone always ends up probably a bit disappointed.
That's part and parcel with a big stable, and I'm sure you guys juggle it a lot, and you've got to juggle it. You'll have to juggle it again. Final Collect, he's a lovely horse, but Darcy, the one that he's not overly big in stature, but when he was walking out, I was just like, wow.
Oh, he's a lovely little guy. Yeah, don't stop dreaming. He's just one of those little guys. He's just got it all. He's got the all-round game. He's got wonderful attitude. He's got speed. He's got stamina. And he's just a real cool little guy. Like, he's little, but he doesn't feel little when you drive him. He gets over the ground really good, a massive stride. And he's just a lovely horse. I think from the draw, it's his race to lose.
He's got one of the trend-setting haircuts now, like the mullets and the mohawks are in. He's got one.
Oh, I love a mullet around here.
I'm not going there. What do you guys like to say from now with your cup runners? You said you worked most of them today. Is that basically how you go now, or do you still tick them over one more time?
We go one more time. We'll go again Sunday, so it'll be all hands on deck here Sunday. It'll be a big day, and that'll be their final workout before Cup Day. And any that we think are a bit short, they may just do a little bit of strong work, maybe the Monday or Tuesday morning, but most of them are pretty ready.
Do you enjoy that part, the training part?
Do I? Probably, I've been doing it for a long time now, so and when you sort of try and do it at the top level for year after year, it does wear off a little bit. But Hayden and Mark are a great partnership, and they've been a good team working together. And it's nicer for me because I don't have to be so involved in all that sort of side of it. It's probably just for me gotten a little bit older now. Yeah,
it is one of those things. And I spoke to MS Stewart, and depending on when you talk to people, and generally if you talk to people this end of the season, it's like, oh, we've got to slow down. But unfortunately, then the next season comes along, and before you know, it's Groundhog Day over and over again. But it's one of the things I'm very big on is participants' mental health and the likes. Like, I would imagine, like for mine, what I do here, this is a great week to look forward to. But for the planning, the pre-planning and everything else, it comes at a cost because, you've got to be there. Every owner comes, you've got to smile, you've got to say hello, you've got to be happy. Like you said, you've got to pick horses. There's so much that does go on, and I'm glad you're pretty honest about it because and you must be lucky with having Hayden and Mark and such a great staff around you as well that make it so much easier, but it's still got to take its toll.
Oh, it most definitely does, and I think when you've done it, like I've said, year after year after year, it does eventually get to you. And I think a lot of people within the industry don't realise how much pressure a lot of the trainers and drivers are constantly under. And I do believe a lot of them, not only financial, but also, just the mental and the physical side of it as well. And the meetings they go to, they get exhausted and run down. So it's not an easy industry, but we, around here are so lucky. We've got great staff. We just couldn't. They're irreplaceable, really, our crew. We just, we really appreciate them and respect everything they do, their care for the horses, their attention to detail. They're just great people, and they make our job so much easier. And Hayden and Amanda, they've just been an absolute godsend, to come into our barn. So we just can't probably thank them enough for the input that they put in as well.
I like what she does with those videos. I was watching the other day. I was thinking, she's a goer, that's for sure. Nat, thank you. Very, very quickly. Everyone will be saying, Paul, you got to get a tip. We'll leave Spankham out because I don't think you can go into that cup because there's so many. Have you got a best for someone on the day on Cup Day?
Well, I just think a bit of value. It'll probably be a bit random. I think Franco Indy. I think he's a horse that his form's a bit average. He's come back, but he worked absolutely excellent on Wednesday in there, and his work this morning was extremely strong. So he might be a bit of a smoky, a bit of an each way.
Campbell's Comments loves random. Don't you worry about that. I don't ask for tips, and I'm glad that one. And I like the one thing. You gave me a big smile when you gave it. So that's a cheeky smile. Nat, thank you. I'm not going to annoy you over Cup Day. We might catch up show day or something like that. But good luck on Cup Day and have a great day.
Yep, no worries. Thank you so much.